Dallas Dallas Mavericks 38-44 last year. Projected wins 43 and a half. Luka go get your 40 wins. Book it. Last year was the weirdest year because he was on pace to get you something like that, but then you lose Dorian
They was
Finney-Smith,
on
you lose
pace to be in the
Dinwiddie.
playoffs. That's
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
crazy.
saying.
I would never forgive the Mavericks for what they did.
What you mean?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Kyrie is better than everybody they had on that roster before then. But the fact that that roster was in the playoffs and they traded for him and they was in the play-in up until that little last stunt they pulled when they, I'm like, how you gonna play him for one quarter and then just pull him? But I don't know, man.
I,
And then then this preseason didn't really do them no justice
the
because we didn't
last
get the
one
chance to
did.
see
Oh yeah,
Kyrie and Luca,
yeah.
and out there losing to Real Madrid. I'm like, come on, man. I didn't even know Real Madrid had a basketball team.
Yeah. But
That was the
I will
crazy
say this,
part.
right? I will say this, right? You bring in Grant Williams, he can guard the best player on the perimeter. You bring in Derek Lively, who by the last preseason game, he was dunking on everybody. He blocking all the shots. I think he got more shooting and passing potential, and then we're gonna see it over the course of the 82. I think he could be what Keegan Murray started to be like. He go start blossoming, not as a scorer, but in his role. He go start blossoming his role as the season progressed. Because Derek Lively is the number one player in high school, bro, and he just so selfless that he don't know when to be selfish. He's 7 feet. He can do everything you want out of a modern center. He can switch a little bit, rebound, block shot. He just got to grow in the game, and I think he'll do that overseas. Josh Green, I think he gonna step up. Josh Green, he was killing Detroit the last preseason game. He could score a little bit, can pass, rebound. Like they got a lot of young guys that if everything hit, the Mavericks can be right back because you still got Luka and Kyrie who go score the basketball with anybody. And then you got everything else at every other position, role player wise. You got Seth Curry, Tim Hardaway, and they got everything. Everything just gotta be right for the Mavericks. And if you lose any one of your superstars, it's over with. And I still think they gonna be a 40. They got them at 43 and a half. I don't know. I put them in the play in. Remember, I had them as a top 16, and then I started seeing
Hmm.
this over the course. Man, I don't know, bro. Luka got to play some defense. Kyrie just kind of not go crazy. So, but
And that's
they got high
crazy.
potential. They got high potential, bro.
I didn't. I didn't have them nowhere.
Yeah, I don't. I
That's
mean, I don't blame you the way they've been playing and just the nature. They lost to goddamn. They the only team that lost to an overseas team this year. So that's nasty. Houston Rockets, 22-60 last year. This year they projected 31 and a half. Jabari Smith killed in the preseason, killed in summer league. He was the number 2 pick, 6'11". He is as mobile as anybody at that size. People was comparing him to Rashard Lewis coming out. Rashard Lewis plus defense. I think he's finally starting to hit some of that. You added Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet and Ime Udoka, but I still think they're gonna be trash. How you feeling about Houston, Ray?
I know people talking about that Thompson and Jalen Green gonna be exciting to watch. I'm like exciting don't translate to wins, but I don't know. It's gonna they gotta I don't know. They roster just I don't know where Dylan Brooks fits in with all that. Coming off the season that Van Vliet just came off of, I don't know how much he really just contributes from a. I mean, I understand they got some veterans over there, but I'm like the veterans that y'all chose to put with these young guys. I don't just trust as far as when it comes to winning basketball games.
Exactly. Because Fred VanVleet like to get it up. Dylan Brooks like to get it up. And
Like
but I
I like that Jalen Green has shown dedication to working on his game this off season and the people he chose to work out with. But I'm like, is that like, are we about to see that much of a jump from Jalen Green where that he's about to just show you like he's a superstar now? He has superstar potential, but is this the season that we're gonna see that much of a jump? I don't think so. So that's the only way I could see that this Houston team could have any chance of even just being slightly a playing team. But I don't think he's ready
I
for
don't
that
think.
jump yet. So
Yeah, I think this team outside of Detroit is one of the worst put together teams. I think, but the thing is, I think they got top tier young talent, like you said, the Thompson, Jabari Smith, Jalen Green. They got Tyree Eason over there, Cam Whitmore, who I thought was a top 3
oh
talent in
yeah,
the
yeah,
draft.
yeah.
But I think it's just a clanky roster. It's a clunky
It's gonna be
roster,
fun to
bro.
watch. It's gonna be entertainment because Dylan Brooks gonna bring drama, and
I,
then the
I,
rest of those guys gonna bring just like they got high flyers, they got scorers. So it's gonna be something fun to watch. But that's all it's gonna be really.
what you expecting from Emac and how he go coaching and whatnot?
That's another thing. That's why they probably gonna get games just simply because of the roster they have. Like I said, they got high flyers, they got entertainers over there, they got the drama, and Ime is coming off of a drama. We ain't seen him. So now we finally get to see Ime. So yes, it's gonna be interesting to see what he does with a roster like this. Because he's coming from a team where he already they already had winning established. Like that's what they was known for, getting the East Conference Finals. Now you got to
They
start all the way over with some young guys who ain't proven other than Van Vliet, who done won a championship. But the rest of those guys, it's like these guys don't know anything about playing real. Like they was saying, Jalen Green. I mean, it was NBA veterans like, man, Jalen Green talented, but he gonna be out of the league in about like a year or two, just because he playing on a bad team. They out there playing playground basketball. Hand me the ball. Let me go 1-on-1 with this guy. So
I
this
thought
the
they had a
first
real
year a lot
bad
of these guys
coach.
gonna ever see
Yeah.
real basketball in their NBA careers. So
Mm.
that's gonna be another thing that's interesting. Like how does he handle that with these young guys?
I think they don't got shooting. They don't. Jalen Green, the only one-on-one player I trust, and I don't trust him. Say, bro, it's a talented roster, but
But it's
like
a
you
lot
said,
of
they have
holes in the talent.
yeah.
Cause
I think
it's more so because it's unproven. That's the main reason. And I mean, well, in NBA, that's really the worst thing to have is unproven
yeah,
talent.
31 and a half. You think they getting 30? I don't think they get 30, 31. But then, like you said, they got Ime, but Jalen Green and Fred Van Vliet, your 2 best players, and Sengun and Jabari Smith. I like Jabari Smith, but they not gonna get him the ball. They not gonna use him right. I think Jabari Smith ain't gonna get used.
You don't think we don't see a slightly more playmaking side to Jalen Green, or you think he's still going to be on that selfish type time? I want to. If I got the ball, I'm looking to score.
I don't think Jalen Green is selfish, but if you, because this my thing, like you know, I'll be keeping no dudes in high school and all that. Jalen Green went to a high school where it was you do whatever you want. Jalen Green went to the G League Ignite. You do whatever you want. Jalen Green first 2 years in Rockets. You do whatever you want. AAU,
Do you think
do
this is
whatever you
something he
want.
just
He's
been kind of?
never, he's never played winning basketball nowhere, ever.
Hmm.
He don't know what it is. And it's like, damn, when you get to about 23, 24, and you never, like, I think he probably like 22, 21, one of them. But if you get to that age and you like never even won in middle school and no shit like that, I don't know what to say. Because even Jabari Smith, he had Bruce Pearl at Auburn, and Auburn they competing they won the SEC. I think like you got to bite down on defense. You got to make the right pass. You got to make the right play. You got to get a game winning blocker in there, a big rebound in the tournament. He's Jalen Green just don't know how to win. He ain't never been in those situations. So I don't know, bro. Memphis Grizzlies, 51-31 last year. This year, they projected 44.5. John Morant is scheduled to miss 25 games, and Steven Adams just went down. This is another regression team for me. How you feeling about Memphis? You got them top six.
Yeah, because I got them right outside of the play-in. I think people gonna kind of underestimate Grizzlies without Ja. I was one of those guys who used to be like that, like, man, Ja, they best player, they need Ja. Now they do need Ja when it comes playoff time, but when it comes to just surviving, I think they one of the best teams when it comes to our best player is out and we can still win games.
But that was with Tyus Jones too, though, right?
You
Like that
don't
was the
think you
perfect.
don't I don't, I think people been sleeping on this new Derrick Rose, the new Derrick Rose, not the one that we remember, but the rebranded Derrick Rose. I think people forget. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
How
Maybe I'm
many
putting
Grizzlies you like? How many Grizzlies you like?
I say I like Smart
Mm-hmm.
Rose. I like
Mm-hmm.
Triple J.
Mm-hmm.
I like Bang.
25 games without Ja, right?
Man, we know what Bane is capable of when his number one guy ain't there. Like we
I
know what
understand.
Triple J is capable of when he has to step up in those roles. And then as
But
a collective, as a team, I don't know. Grizzlies just one of
so
those.
so what could they do in them 25 games? What's the best case scenario record wise? Because you still gonna have to win about you gotta win
Like
about
the first 25 games,
12, 13. Yeah, you gotta win about 12 or 13 of them to be
I think they're gonna be about 500.
okay. And
And
then
you
you
gonna
gotta
start off your first 25 games. A lot of teams gonna be the elite teams are gonna be the only teams that's really just much above 500. But everybody else gonna be kind of like in that same bracket right there. So if they can just stay afloat for their first 25 games, that right there alone is going. That I feel like that's good enough. But what happened with Adams though?
just man need to play about 2,000 minutes in his career. Let me see real quick. He don't play about 2,000 games. Let me see. Out for the season. He undergoing ending knee surgery. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah.
So is this something that happened in the preseason, or is this just something that was bothering him last season? He just now getting surgery on it. Like, what's going on with that?
I thought I seen him play in the preseason. I don't know what happened. I just heard he was getting knee surgery. Let me see real quick.
Because I seen when Chris had said, "Well, Triple J gonna have to play the five again." I'm like, what do you mean by that? What happened to Adams?
It says, yeah, he had a non-operative operative rehabilitation that did not resolve his ongoing knee instability. He played in 2 preseason games, and I guess whatever been hurt. Yeah, I guess it just never felt right. He played 2 preseason games. I guess he just, you know, I think that's big. I don't know where Brandon Clark at. Like this Grizzly team got more questions than most people think. We like Marcus Smart, we like Derrick Rose, but this West a monster. We've been talking about it. Now with all that information, you still feel like they top 6?
Uh,
I'm just saying I ain't trying to be a Debbie Downer, but
I
it
look
was
up right now. I mean, Xavier Tillman played pretty.
oh well the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, we bring up
He
Xavier
was bad in the
Tillman.
playoffs. That's all I was about to say. He had a man. That boy had a
posted a career game.
We got 2 teams left. New Orleans Pelicans, 42-40 last year. They projected 44.5. This is my potential biggest riser, but this could also be another one of those teams that just not right. They already got Larry Nance out, Jose Alvarado's out, Trey Murphy's out, and then you're dependent on injury-prone Zion and Brandon Ingram, and you got your 3 best bench players out. How are we feeling about the Pelicans? They projected to get 45 games. I think you had them as number 4. I think I had them somewhere around there. Yeah, I had them at 6. So Pelicans. Why you got them at 4?
I'm expecting to see Ingram and Zion to finally be what they supposed to be. And that's supposed to be terrorizing the league. You got one guy who's an inside-out scorer. You got another guy who's supposed to be just about a dominant paint beast. So, I mean, if those two finally get things worked out, and you got CJ McCollum, you still got your main role players out there out of Herb Jones. You still got Valanciunas. You still got what they call dude, Grand Theft Auto dude.
But Alvarado out, he hurt, so I don't know when he gonna be back. Trey Murphy hurt, don't know when he gonna be back, and Larry Nance hurt, don't know when he gonna be back. They still should have enough with those 4.
They top 4 pieces still there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm expecting a big season from Ingram and Zion. And shout out to Chris, man. I ain't gonna reveal that shit. But matter of fact, we already put it out. So
yeah, we already put him out.
Shout out to Chris, though. He got Zion winning MVP.
Zion looked like he could have won it last year if people stayed healthy.
KD stayed healthy. That's somebody who should have won it.
That too. Yeah, KD.
That'd have been one of the craziest MVP seasons. He would have stayed healthy.
But you would have had to give it to Zion if they would have stayed number 1. They was number 1.
I'm just saying. Are we forgetting where their win streak?
Brooklyn was number 3. But Brooklyn was number 3. Pelicans was 1.
That's what I'm saying. But are we forgetting that win streak that the Nets was on before he got?
Oh yeah. Nah, for sure. Nah, I was saying KD was gonna get MVP.
KD, I literally sat up here and said, I ain't seen a 1-2 punch like this since Kobe and Shaq. They was out there taking turns on people, and nobody could do anything.
Yeah. Zion MVP. He can do it.
Huh?
Zion got the talent, bro. People forget Zion before he was Victor Wembanyama. Zion was the biggest prospect since LeBron, bro. He was. There was not a bigger prospect after LeBron. Zion was it, bro.
And the reason why I agree with that, because unlike Wemby, we was literally following Zion through high school.
Yeah.
Like that's what made it feel so much like, oh man, he is the biggest prospect. Cause we literally was like, bro, I stopped watching high school for a minute. I started hearing about this dude Zion. I'm like, man, let me watch a game. I'm seeing this dude jump out the gym as a sophomore.
And then he got the Duke. It was his numbers was as good as KD, and KD and Melo.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. So, but my thing, the talent there, Ray, and I just watched him in the preseason go against Palo. The first couple possessions, it was back and forth. Then Zion was killing them so bad. They just sat him down. They're like, okay, it's cool. 16 minutes. Like he had like 4 steals. He's just athletically. They compare him to Charles Barkley. I didn't get to watch a lot of Charles Barkley. The first Charles Barkley game I've seen was when he was with Houston past his prime. So I didn't get to see that. But Zion at that size with his speed, and he people underestimate his basketball IQ. Zion like a boxer. Like however they try to stop him, like he will slowly figure that shit out. I watched him in real time last year figure out every defense they tried to play him. Like they tried to play on him. And then we didn't even get to see him with Ingram. He was doing all that without Ingram. He was the number 1 seed without Ingram. So I just think Zion, bro, if right, bro, Zion could be a top 5 player in the league at any given moment. Like it just he don't have that resume, but he got that talent, and you don't underestimate that. So if him and Ingram could stay healthy, that's as good as any duo in the West outside of Jokic and Murray, and LeBron and AD and KD and Booker, and they up there. They could be a top 7 duo.
But if Ingram and Zion really do figure it out, do we say that they are the best duo?
It depends, bro. They gonna have to go on that Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown type of trajectory / run. If they finish top 3, they got an argument. But then you got to have a deep playoff run, and then you got to be healthy going into next season. Let's say they get to a conference finals, or even they make it to the second round. Then you could be like, oh yeah, the trajectory is there. Especially in the West, if you make it out the first round in the West, top 3, 4 seed, you say the trajectory is there because everybody in the West going down. San Antonio Spurs, 22-60 last year, projected to be 28.5. Boy, this is a good team. Like, I watched. I mean, it's preseason, but the Warriors was trying, bro. I don't care what nobody say. They played the Warriors. The Warriors was trying. They just was too big. They don't start nobody under 6'6". They start Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, Wembanyama, and Zach Collins. And I think that starting 5 is actually good. They buried Vassell last year, and they buried Keldon Johnson last year. Them two is really good. They really good, bro. They both under 24. So, how you feeling about the Spurs?
Hey man, we tried to tell you about Wemby.
I knew he was gonna be good. I'm a Cooper Flag guy.
That boy, man. I be watching him like this. Don't even look real. This still it just don't make sense. Somebody built like that can move the way he does, shoot the way he does, defend the way he does, like everything he does. I'm just like, bro. Hey, name me a play that you seen dunk the ball off a standing dunk outside the restricted area, just off the wingspan alone.
Yeah, nah, he's an alien.
He caught he caught a oop. When we see somebody catch a oop, most time they beside the rim.
Yeah, I know.
This dude caught the ball outside the restricted area. It looked like a video game. Like he ran for the oop and just stretched his arms out and just dunked it. I was like, nah. Hey man, if Spurs unlock that cheat code on a nightly basis, they gonna mess around and scare people into playing Spurs. Cause man, I don't care what other teams got to offer. They don't got somebody that's a guaranteed bucket every single possession. Like literally just like find a way to utilize this cheat code y'all got.
The only thing with the Wembanyama shit is it's guys that can guard them. And there's gonna be more guys, you know how the future works. And there's gonna be more guys kind of in that build. They're not gonna be 7'4". But a guy like Jabari Smith, they played in the preseason. Victor Wembanyama had his worst game. Jabari Smith, 6'11", got a 7+ wingspan. He's fast. He's just as, you know what I'm saying? Jabari Smith's faster. He's shorter, but whatever. Evan Mobley, I think Evan Mobley could do good against Victor Wembanyama. It's finna be more guys. It's not a lot of them. But we're gonna slowly start seeing Victor Wembanyama have people that'll be able to guard him because that's just the way evolution is gonna work. But Victor Wembanyama, his offense is even better than I thought, just in terms of his jump. Like that's a pure jumper. It looks pure. Like he not making them at a crazy rate, but he's shooting pretty good. Defensively, I think he's the best defensive prospect ever. Like the shit he can do defensively, can't nobody else in the history of the game do it. Like they were saying he's a 7'4" Bill Russell. Somebody was saying, some old dude said that. It was like his instincts defensively. At Tom, he not a perfect prospect though. I'm gonna let everybody know that now. Victor Wembanyama, it's gonna be games where it's like, yeah, he not the most polished number one prospect we done seen. Cause I still think Paolo, in terms of like these last few drafts, I'm gonna say Paolo, Luca, not even just number one picks, but just people that was ready. Paolo, Luca, Them was guys that was as ready as you go be your first year. He's not a Durant, he not a Carmelo, he not a LeBron in terms of he can carry a team offensively. He not gonna have to because you got Vassell and Keldon Johnson. But defensively, he could be a top 5 defender in the league, right? Like this year. So that's where I see him like to start his career. About 17 points, 3 blocks. He don't rebound, so about 6 rebounds, 17, 6, 3, and then about 3 assists. But I think defensively he gonna change the game. And then if his offense ever catch up, he fuck around be a Hall of Fame. I agree. But Devin Vassell, I be telling you about that boy. That boy is a baby. He a baby Rip Hamilton. Have you seen some Devin Vassell highlights, man?
Yeah.
That boy a baby Rip, bro.
I think he a little bit more advanced than Rip Hamilton ever thought about being, but I say that's probably got the best comparison.
And you next to a guy, I think Zach Collins is good. Zach Collins only 25. Zach Collins can shoot.
He was okay with Portland. He just was never gonna be nothing more than what he was supposed to be. But I mean, he showed like he had flashes here and there on Portland, but now he on a team where it's like shoot.
And he getting coached up.
Not
like anytime you get a 7-footer that can shoot, rebound.
I could see Zach Collins playing with the Spurs back when they was winning. He's a system type of player.
He good, bro. I'm just saying. People was thinking this Spurs team like Wemby ain't got no help. Keldon Johnson, he ain't tried in 2 years. I think the Spurs is telling him to chill. Me being honest, because we not gonna forget he was on the Olympic team. He was on the Olympic team at like 22, 21. Like Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson to be next to Wembanyama, that's a hell of a core. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know. I think they could be better than Houston. I think they could be better than Detroit. I think 30 games. It just depends on the Spurs. They tricky. I don't know if they really go try. But I think 28 games, they should win more than that. Wemby can win some of them games defensively by himself. Like, you think they're gonna be better than 28 games?
I think they might get 30. They may get 30.
It's the same team DeJounte took to the play-in. I think Wembanyama damn near he gonna be more impactful than DeJounte, in my
He
opinion.
might be more impact, but at the time being though, DeJounte was the era we in right now is guard driven in my opinion. So I think you could get by with that. Plus,
but Ray, you don't think Vassell and Keldon Johnson could both get you 20 apiece? And one of them can be at like 22, 23. And if Wembanyama at 17,
they may can get you that on a nightly basis.
I'm just saying, you have 3 guys that's borderline 20 a game.
But they didn't see that with the Wizards.
But see, yeah. But the Spurs, they just got to get 30. to be an overachiever.
They didn't have, of course, they didn't have Pop as their coach, and it also plays the fact on how many games your best 3 players play. So that's also something.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.